So this video is the first episode of a series I've decided to run here. A series I named Dear Karo. Now, Dear Karo, as the name might already imply, is a support avenue that I've set up for everyone out there who is looking to unburden themselves. Somebody who is looking for advice, who wants somebody else's opinion on something they are struggling to make a decision on. And this is open to male, females, any one of you out there who would like to hear from me directly on a specific issue you are having, on a specific challenge you are having, and you just want someone's opinion, someone that has had some years of experience under their belt. If you just want that person, and I know a lot is happening to a lot of people out there, we are all carrying one burden or the other. We're all struggling with one thing or the other. Some people are strong enough to handle it themselves, some are not. Some need support, and that's what Dear Karo is about. So I'm going to be reading what someone wrote in, and I'm going to be answering it. And I do this via video instead of just emailing someone, so that other people who are having similar issues can learn from it. So not everybody has to write in. If you feel like, oh, the advice I'd given to someone helps you, fine. So that's why I'm doing this on YouTube. Now, the message I'll be reading today is from somebody that prefers to be called Vicky. Now, know that if you write in, you can use a pen name or use your first name only. If you don't want to use your first name, just use a pen name. Pick any name and put on it, because I have to say a name, right? Even though it's anonymous messages, I still want to be able to say a name, what you prefer to be called. So this person prefers to be called Vicky, and she sent in a message. The message is of several parts, so I'm going to take it question by question. She has like 3-4 questions in this message that she sent in. So let's get right into it. The first one, I'm going to be reading from my laptop, by the way, because my second phone is not here. Hopefully by the second episode, I'll have my second phone present. But for now, I'm going to be reading from my laptop. Okay, and my laptop is here. Okay, let's get right into it. Dear Karo, please, I would like to ask you this. From your experience, do you think it will be possible at 35 to find a serious man for marriage? And at what age did you finally get married, if you don't mind? Will it be possible at 35 to get a serious man for marriage? Yes, and yes, and yes. Even at 40, at 45, at 60, you can still find a serious man for marriage. You don't have to feel desperate at all. You can still find someone that loves you for you. You can still find genuine love. You can still find somebody that wants you completely, that you don't have to force to love you. You can still find that person at 35, at 40, at 45, and upward. Everybody have their time. Your time is when you wake up. What you want comes to you, that's your time, and you take it. Okay, so when did I finally get married? I finally got married at about 40 years old. I was a month shy of 40 when I got married. I started courting my husband when I was 39 years old, and we courted for 9 months, and then we got married. Okay, so we'll go to the next question. Is it advisable to say your real age at 35 years to a guy who is trying to date you, or it's better to reduce the age to maybe telling him you are 30 years old, so he won't think you are desperate? Because I really get scared and worried about this age issue. Now, this part, you might look at it and think, are you kidding me? Why would you even want to lie? But for real, it's a real concern. And I can relate somewhat. When I was at that age where I was getting to like 35, 36, 37, 38, I would never think of not telling someone my age, because I don't have anything to be ashamed of. But it became heavier to say from the mouth. I don't know if you understand what I mean. When you asked me my age, then I would like hesitate for maybe just a second. It's not like I would ever want to hide my age, but I totally get where she's coming from. Telling somebody your real age shouldn't make you feel desperate. This is coming from the mindset that once somebody hears that you are 35 years old, they'll think, oh, she's at that age where she's becoming desperate. That's where she's coming from with this. So I understand that part. However, please say your age and be proud of it. A lot of people are not alive. Let's be graceful sometimes and let's set our priorities right. Anybody that really wants you, would not care how old you are. There are a lot of guys even younger now marrying older women. So if a man wants you, he wants you, and you can't control what another person will think, but you can control what you will think and what you say. So say your truth. Always say your truth. So we'll go to the next question. Okay, presently I have a guy who is on my neck to date me, but I'm scared of another heartbreak. Never be scared to give love a chance. You never know who will be the right one for you. We have gone out on dates like 3 times in less than 2 weeks, and he's already asking for my answer to him dating me, and also for a kiss too, because I told him I needed some time and I don't want to rush. But right now, after our last outing, he tried kissing me again, but I refused and he felt so bad, and he told me I should know he won't be waiting forever. And truth be told, I have an issue with that word. Yes, girl, that's a woman right there with some self-esteem. You've got some self-esteem and I'm very, very proud. I have an issue with that word. Now what? You are giving me an ultimatum because I won't let you kiss me because we've been dating for like what? 2 weeks? And we've gone out 3 times. Now if I don't let you kiss me, you won't be waiting for me forever. Ogbeni, go if you want to go. Anyway, let me continue. I'm too hyped up. Such words, God. I was beginning to feel he's one of them. And that maybe I should just tell him I'm not interested. But I know deep down I like him. Maybe it's too early. Even though personally I would already see this as a red flag. I would already know what he's after. But sometimes you don't judge everyone like that. So I agree with you. You're very, very correct. The way he's behaving. Nobody that is serious about a relationship with you will rush you like that. Will make you feel that way. They'll be patient. And they wouldn't be rushing you into things that you are not comfortable with. So should you move on? Should you not move on? We'll see. Let's keep going. Other reservations I have about him is the fact that he lives in his elder sister's house with her husband, though it's a big house. He's got a room to himself, according to him, and sometimes they travel out of the country, leaving him alone in the house. He doesn't have like a direct paying job, but he does other little stuff to get money. But I am scared he might not be able to handle a proper responsibility of a family, and this might prevent him from wanting to settle down soon. Also, like getting used to the responsibilities before marriage. Do you think my point is valid? Yes, your point is valid, and I love you. I love you because you are thinking beyond the wedding, and some people don't. These worries that you are sharing with me, some people have it and they hide it. They don't want to tell the next person. They secretly enter. Their own is just that, let me get married. Let me get married. Let me just get married. But you, the fact that you are asking these questions, that's already a good foundation to having a successful marriage. And this is what I'll say regarding that. At 35, when I was 35, no, I would not go for somebody who is squatting somewhere. I will not go for somebody who doesn't have a job. I just would not. Because it just delays you further, or just sets you up for failure, or being in a marriage where you carry the responsibilities yourself. So this is how I look at it. Now he doesn't have a job, right? And he needs a job. So you either marry the person without a job like that, where you will not be the sole provider after you get married, where you have to pay for the wedding yourself, where you have to do everything yourself. And this reminds me of someone that I grew up with. a neighbor then. We grew up around each other because their house was beside our house. So we were there together growing up and played together and all that. So some years ago, I visited my dad. So my dad was telling me that, oh, did you hear that so and so person is getting married? I said, oh, really? She's getting married? He said, yes. And I was not like, there's something I don't like about it. I said, what? He said, the guy doesn't have a job. If my dad, from the generation that he is from, would say that that's wrong, that is wrong. That would just create a whole lot of problems. When you marry a man that doesn't have a job, and you have a job, the man is forced to become aggressive and controlling. Why? No man would be okay with a woman feeding him. You can't even really play with him and say certain things. Because the first thing you say, oh, is because you are feeding me now, you want to be the man in the house. Self-esteem issues, insecurities. So he will not be forced to be controlling just to feel like he's a man. They are created to be providers. And once that is taken from them, they have to feel like a man in some way. So, yes, your point is valid and you're asking the right questions. A man that stays with his sister, how are things going to work out? That's not even a man that is ready to marry. He might be ready emotionally, even though I doubt that. But he is definitely not ready financially. He needs to get out of that place. In my time, I would be open to marry a man that lives in one room but pays his own rent, That's where he lives. That's all he could afford. He has a job he's managing. Of course, I would have been open to marry someone like that. Unlike someone who lives in a duplex that is not his. And is just squatting there and is still intending to get married. No, I won't do it. So your points are valid. Somebody that doesn't have a job would definitely not be able to take up family responsibilities. And everything will be on you. So let's continue with our message. Also, we are yet to discuss our age, but I know he should be about same age with me because he said he finished secondary school 2 years before me, of which he is aware of as well. So do you think I should bring up the age issue so I will be sure if he is okay with my age, or I should just let sleeping dog lie since he hasn't directly asked me? Please discuss your age. Ask him, how old are you? Then see if he asks you back. But even if he doesn't ask you, state your age. Anybody that is interested in you will want to know at least this basic information, your genotype, your age. In fact, that's one of the signs to know someone who is serious about you. If somebody claims to want to date you and they don't seem to be asking you questions you feel like they should be asking, they should want to know, that person is not there for anything serious. He doesn't care. It doesn't affect his bottom line. So he just wants to get in there, get out. If somebody is not asking you something as basic as your age and they said they are interested in you, red flag. Red flag. So please discuss your age. Never ever hide any information from somebody you are looking to marry. Starting a relationship on lies never ends well. Not even about something as basic as your age. So to the final part of our question, even going to his place to visit is not possible because he said he doesn't want to keep introducing different girls to his sister since the last one didn't work. He said during the course of our dating, when we are very sure and have known each other well, then he can take me to introduce to his sister as the girl he wants to marry. So that means our seeing each other will either be in my place or in an hotel. But I don't really like such. I prefer to go to his place. What do you think I should do? I am sorry for the long episode and disturbance. I just needed sisterly advice. Vicky. You needed it, now you have it. And it wasn't long. It's okay. It's okay, all right? Now, that last part of your message is screaming red flag, red flag, red flag. It's screaming like, run, 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 run. As I was reading that, what I felt was like, that's bullshit. That's a lot of bullshit. That's a load of crap that he has just given you. He just wants to be able to sleep with you. And probably doesn't want his sister to be counting girls on his head. And let's even say he's even serious. So that's so childish. At 35, somebody is telling you, no, you cannot come to my house. Let's meet at the hotel. At 35, you should not be in such a relationship where you cannot openly visit someone and they visit you and you meet their people and all that. If you ask me, this person is not serious. This person is only after one thing and one thing only. And I must add this, that be very careful. Once you are 30 and above, a lot of people will come to you with the excuse that they want a relationship. They really just want to sleep with you. That's why they will say, oh, let me come to your place. They never want to, take you to their place. They just want to come to your place and sleep and eat and have what they want and then leave. So he wants you to let him come to your place or take you to an hotel. You and I know we are not children. People don't go to hotels to gist. You and I know that. We are mature enough to know that, So from everything I've read, from beginning to the end, everything I've read about this guy is a no for me. And from me to you as a sister, I think you should move on. I think at 35, you are too mature for this bullshit. We all should be able to see this from what it is from a distance. You know what they say? If it looks like a dog, walks like a dog, barks like a dog, it is a dog. I really think you should move on from this person. I think this is not the person for you. I think this person is not serious. Even if they were serious, even if we remove every other thing, this is also somebody that doesn't seem to have any ambition whatsoever to live where he is. Go rent even just one room, even to get a job, so it is a no for me. And you, of course, can make your own decision, but you're asking for my advice, so I think you should move on. Thanks for writing in, Vicky. From the bottom of my heart, I wish you all the best. May love find you soon. All right, and that's it for this episode of Dear Karo. If you like me to advise you on something, anything, just write in. The email is on the screen. Write to keepitrealwithkaro@gmail.com. So until another one, don't forget to subscribe, please. You want to hang out with us here. There is a lot of wisdom here, where one or two mature women, mature people are gathered talking about serious issues. There's a lot of wisdom to come from it. All right, bye.